doing? Woo! Ah, yes! Right. So, this is very welcome to the Fika Session. So, Fika in Swedish means to have a coffee and a very good chat with someone. So, it's I call it a Scandinavian ritual, and it involves coffee and a good chat. It's about communication. It takes you out of your everyday and gives you a minute to focus on what's right in front of you, boldly and honestly. So on that basis, I created the Fika Session. As an artist, I used to do lots of showcases, and it'd always be, okay, you're next, and get off. And then you never get a chance to either talk to your fans or the people that actually performed before or after you. So I always felt super stressful, and I wanted to create an opportunity for artists to actually be heard beyond their music. So the Fika Session is a live music and discussion event for creative professionals to exchange ideas, support, and network. It's about creating a platform for the different industries to connect, and an interview and a Q&A is a significant part of the live session to create a dialogue to connect creative industries closer together. So, if you're not a musician, it's not a problem. I actually prefer that people from all different types of industries come together and exchange ideas. And you'll be surprised how much we have in common, even though some might be a marketing executive or work in graphic design or dancer or, so. And this is really why I wanted to kind of start this event. Right, so this is my 8th one. My name is Cecilia Stalin. I'm a jazz singer, songwriter, educator, and now curator. So each month I have a topic, and then depending on the topic, an industry topic, I pick my artist, and then I invite panelists to come and join me and be a part of the interview and the Q&A. And then when the Q&A section starts, I'm going to pass the mic around, and I want you guys to get involved and really share your knowledge and your experiences so that it becomes more of a community feeling too. Yes? Is that okay? Good. Right, so with no further ado, I think it's time to let our Artist of the Month, Hannah Vik, to take over. Give it up for Hannah Vik!
Hola, hi guys. So my name is Hannah Vik, and I'm not going to do like a traditional performance because I'm basically a producer and I'm totally not performance ready. So it is what it is, darlings. But I was talking to Cecilia about this whole thing, and it's about isms, right? And so when it comes to me, a female Indian producer, a female working class Indian producer, I've seen it all, sexism, racism, and classism. Even just today, somebody came up to me and said, you should sing though. And I was like, well, why? I'm a producer. Oh, no, you look great, you should sing. And people don't mean bad. People really don't mean bad. But they see me, they see my big hair, and they're like, oh, you're a great singer. And I'm like, yo, I'm like one of the dopest vocal producers around. I know what a good singer is, and I know it ain't me. And that's cool, because I'm a dope pianist and a producer. But it's very hard for people to see me and then hear heartbeats. Do you know what I mean? And again, I was a touring session musician. If you don't know about me, I was a keyboard. I'm a professional jazz pianist. Blah 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 blah. I studied at the Royal Academy of Music, so I got strikes apparently. But I was a touring session musician, and I played for big artists. I was on with Rihanna for a year. I was with Jessie J for 3 years. Played Madison Square, Wembley Stadium, Staples Center. I've played with Eminem. I've done all the big stuff. Yeah. Again, it's changing a bit, but I was one of the very few females doing that kind of thing. I was, the only female Rihanna's ever had in a band. Same thing, you go to gigs, you hang around people think, look at me, and they're like, oh, you must be somebody's girl. And I'm in a room full of musicians, and inside I'm thinking, I've done bigger gigs than all you motherfuckers combined. But, and it makes you angry. I'm getting over it now the older I get. But it's very hard to kind of, when you get judged, you know? And again, people don't necessarily mean bad. But when I started out playing keyboards, there was a year, believe it or not, that I used to mime more. So do Top of the Pops and all of that. Can I curse? Okay. Do Top of the Pops and all that bullshit instead of play, because people liked my look, but would not give me the opportunity to just audition, you know? And I was just like, look, I'm cool. Like, I got big hair in it, like that's my thing. Like, my dad has curly hair, I have curly hair, great. But also, give me an opportunity to get to the keyboards. If you like my playing, cool. If you don't, that's cool too. But give me at least an opportunity to, do you know what I mean? And then I can make that shit look good too. Like, that's on top of my skills, do you know what I mean? But that for me isn't the main thing at all. Like, I'm a musician, I'm a producer, I'm a geek. So I did the session musician thing. I then completely quit touring 3 years ago and became a full-time producer. And that is like a completely, like, I thought I had it hard in terms of sexism in the live world. Producer world, literally there's no one. Very few people, and especially very few people that do what I do. So I'm, with that, what I mean with that is I do my own music, but also I'm like a traditional producer in the sense of I work for labels, I work for artists, you know, I have mix engineers, mastering engineers, I run off stands, I do radio mixes, I do like normal producer shit, you know, which is like hard work and boring and all of that, but I have clients and I deal, I have to be very organized, you know, so, and there's really, in London or in the UK, there's 2 other girls I know that are like me, kind of have studios, have production as their business, you know? And it's crazy to me, you know, and I really hope that people like me, even if things don't necessarily change in my time, I'm really hoping that I can smash through some doors. And I'm not one of those girls, like, you will never see, and I don't judge anyone, but you will never see me doing like hashtag female producer, hashtag female musician. Because for me, it's like, I want to be one of the dopest producers in the world, I don't care, you know, like, don't judge me by my sex, you know what I mean? Like, just judge me by my skill. And I want to be compared to the best. Like, my favorite producers, all the greats that we all love, you know, the Kanyes and the Swiss Beats and the No IDs and like the hard people that, you know, like change the game. That's my shit. And that's who I want to be compared to. And so, in general, I don't talk a lot about the whole female thing because I'd rather just have a hit, man. Show them. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's just like, it's easy to like, you know, talk, female, this, no, it's so unfair, blah, 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 blah. But I'd rather use that time, be in the studio, perfect my skills, get more clients, kill it, and hopefully, you know, have one hit or a couple, work with more artists, you know, get my clientele. For me, what's crazy, 99% of the clients that come to my studio, 99.9% of the clients that come to my studio are like, you're the first female producer I've worked with. And all of them, initially, literally, you can see the doubt in their face, you know? And I've got like a pro studio, like my studio is nice, so people come in, they're like, yo, okay, cool. And then, you know, like, people are like, oh, okay, so you're a writer. You're like, no, I'm a pianist, but I'm also a producer. And again, you know, people doubt in this, for a second, but then I just get down to business. And again, I don't want to talk about it. I just get down to business. I start making beats on the spot or whatever, and people are like, oh, cool. And that's it, you know? So perception changes very fast. It's not like, I think once people just need to see it, man. You know, people need to see it, people need to hear it, and then everybody's cool, and then everybody's kind of on my side and come back if they like what we've done together, or don't come back if our vibe wasn't good. So, sorry, I go on and on. I get quite passionate about this kind of thing. Because it's important to me. So it's yeah. So I'm going to play you guys a couple of things that I'm working on. So this is all not mixed and not mastered, yada yada yada. For my own project, I'm putting out an EP quite soon. I'm putting out my first single out of it on Friday. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'll play you guys out in a second. And thanks to the PRS Foundation, I got a grant from the Women Make Music Fund, which you know, kind of enabled me to like do my own stuff because shit costs money. This is the way it is. And this is one of the songs. So I'm a producer and I'm a writer, but I don't write lyrics. So I always have top liners in the room with me. But when I'm writing on working on my own stuff, I very much guide the topic, you know. And, you know, we discuss about things that are kind of close to my heart, and then with my peoples in the room, we all kind of write together. This is a song, and I always feature different singers on my stuff, because I don't sing. you know. So this is a song, doesn't have a title yet. It's called Listen, and is written by me and a friend called Dina Latoya, who's also singing on it. And I'll just play along with it, okay? So you guys can have a listen to what my sound kind of is.
Just not later.
The words are falling into my head. I don't know what to say. The cocaine taking as I just let the time drift
enjoying that with my friends. I was kind of thinking about, especially someone like me, I've been around so many like stars, you know, that used to be my job. And everything is so grand, do you know what I mean? They have all this staff and people and producers and tour managers and everything. And sometimes it makes you as an artist feel small, because you're just kind of like, well, I ain't got all of that. I ain't got that support. I ain't got that validation from what seems like the whole world, you know? And, but you know, my whole thing was just like, my voice might be small, but you know, but it's still important. Like, I still have something to say, even if it's in a really small space. Like, I still need to say what I need to say. And it's been a trip for me, man, going from being a session musician to being an artist. Because when I first started out, I literally didn't even know what I wanted to say. Like, I was so used to, 10 years I was on the road, you know, I was so used to being a sideman. Like, do as you're told, and I was good at it. That's the reason I got the gigs, you know, I was disciplined, I was on time, I learned my stuff, my gear was sorted out, you know, I took pride in my job. So when all of a sudden then, you know, I break out of that, and it's like, Hannah, what do you want to say? I was just like, I have no clue, man, I have no idea. And I kind of had to strip everything, unlearn everything that I'd learned, and just kind of dig deep and figure out what I want to say and what kind of music I even want to make. You know, if you look at my kind of discography, like the stuff I did 3 years ago has changed a lot to what I'm doing now. When I first started my journey, I was signed to Sony, and so the stuff was a lot more poppy. They would have never let me do shit like this, you know, but it was kind of more commercial, obviously, you know, like they were trying to, you know, build a business. And after I got dropped, that's another story, but I kind of took it back to, I guess, my jazz roots. You know, I love jazz, I love beats, I love everything, I love good songs, and trying to mesh it up into this weird genre. People, if you guys know what the genre is, please tell me, because I always get asked what kind of music do you make. I was like, I don't know, man. It's like jazzy with some beats, I don't know. Anyways, so I'll do one more song for you guys, and this is coming out on Friday. Yay! So this song is called We March On, and I wrote it with my best friend Natalie Williams, who also features on it. And again, lyrics are important to me, man. And even if I'm not like actively writing every single word, like the meaning of songs is really important to me. And we were talking about how Nat's dad passed away 3 years ago, and we were just talking about how even though like shitty things happen to all of us, like that ability, that human resiliency to kind of keep marching on, you know, like there's so much strength in all of us, and I think that's quite a beautiful thing, so I wanted to kind of write about that. So this is a song called We March On. You guys are the first that hear it, just so you know.